Hi everyone, this is Sophia, Better Credit USA, and today I want to talk briefly about judgments, how they happen, and how to avoid them, and how to avoid attorneys that take advantage of the people that are already disadvantaged because of these judgments. A client of mine had a collection for $35,000, on an unpaid account. This collection came from a credit card that was not paid, and it was on his credit report. We've traced the account back to the original creditor and found that this account was charged off a few years ago. That does not mean that he's off the hook, but what does matter is that they issued a 1099-C, meaning they write off this account as their losses, and now it's his responsibility to claim this money as profit on his taxes or gain. For details, talk to your CPA. I'm not a CPA, but that's what basically 1099-C means. Once the account is released and 1099-C is issued, the client collection company cannot collect on that account. However, when we sent out for validation, collection company came back saying like, yeah, we validate this account, you owe us $35,000, but we're willing to settle this for let's say 40% or 50% on the dollar. Not so much. So we got them served, and we got a release letter on September 4th stating that thank you for we acknowledge the receipt of your communication concerning the above referenced account. Based on the stated dispute and provided documentation, we have ceased collections on this account. Furthermore, we have instructed consumer reporting agencies to delete this account from your credit report. Yay, victory, right? So he's happy. And we got it removed from the credit report. Everybody's happy, all good. Now, 2.5 months later, after we closed the file, the client calls me panicking. He received this letter from an attorney, licensed attorney with Avo rating, telling him that Jefferson Capital, the collection company, has filed a suit against you in the county, case number blah blah blah, for $35,000. This, keep in mind, keep up. This is the collection that we removed from the credit report. There was no way that they would file a judgment, so I take the file back. We reopen it and connect with Jefferson Capital. They said there was a lapse in timing, so the release letter was on the 4th, and I went into courthouse records, county records, found that yes, they did accidentally file a suit in civil on the 14th of September, but then it was dismissed right away because it's a collection company. There's many divisions, and maybe it was in queue to file, so they did, but then they realized like, oh, we're wrong, so they dismissed it, got it removed. It's not a judgment. The case does not exist. And now he called the attorneys here. So the attorney tells him that for $1,500 retainer at $380 an hour, he will defend him in court. It's hard for me to believe that this attorney doesn't know that this case is actually dismissed. So what is he defending him from? Defending him in argument that it does not exist, or there's not a there's no case. So his letter says, if you have not been served with this lawsuit, you will 30 days after the service of the lawsuit, the collection company will get a judgment against you. That's not right. You don't automatically get a judgment unless you get served and you show up in court. You have the right to defend yourself, you have the right to explain yourself, or you have the right to work out a settlement with the creditor. Now, and then he goes, once they get the judgment, they will garnish your wages, take 1/4 of your gross income after taxes. And he goes, they will take money from your checking account or savings account, and they will leave you with nothing for food, mortgage, or rent, family utilities, or pet food. That's a very strong threat letter. And then he goes on to say they will sell your vehicle, they will sell your home, and they will, if you're employed, they will go to anybody that owes you money and will demand it to be paid to them instead. Who writes this stuff? What a bull crap. First of all, it's not that easy, okay? So once, yes, you can get a judgment, and yes, there's a levy that will happen, and yes, the wage garnishment can happen if there's an existing judgment. Again, there is no judgment. First of all, we called an attorney. He says, yeah, that's what I do. We can team up, and like, I don't know if I want to team up with you, but long story short, when you get a judgment, if you get summons in the mail, don't ignore it. Do you respond to it? At least call clerk's office and find out what's going on, and if you have a hearing date, okay? Do appear. Do talk to the creditor, whoever is suing you, and there is always a way to work things out. If it's legitimately yours, you have to work out a settlement. There's no way out of it. If you don't agree with the charges they pressing you, then argue your case. Tell them why. Tell the judge why. But when you show up in court, they don't tell you. Judge is not going to ask you for your income and where you live. Give your account numbers and who does this? And he says they will freeze your account right at hearing. What? Okay, if you show up in court in good deed and you want to work things out, we all know we all make mistakes, but we need to work them out. Ignoring it is what will cause the judgment. Ignoring the summons can and will result in garnishment, levy, and all that nasty stuff. So, but don't get scared by these letters. This is not right. This is not okay to take advantage of already struggling and disadvantaged client. I mean, his decisions in the past are hunting him down, but there's a solution to every problem as long as you don't run away from it. Okay? Again, this is Sophia from Better Credit USA, and we talked about judgments and how to avoid them in first place. And if you do have one, there is a solution. The other, you can always work out a settlement. All right. Bye. Have a good day.